Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Long about a Saturday night. Yeah. Rubbed up, just relaxing in the tub, thinking everything was alright. Well, I stepped out the tub and put my feet
With regard
on the
to the
floor.
Civic
I wrapped
Center,
the towel around me and
work
I
is
opened the door.
continuing on
And
the
then
aquatics complex. The consultant has provided to the team a status report on the Phase 1 elements, including the financing plan and feasibility study, and the next team meeting is scheduled for tomorrow, February 13th.
Mr. Mayor, I've got a question on that, Laura. There's been an article online about Southgate Rec building their own aquatics facility. And so I'm curious if we were aware of that project coming forward and if it's comparable to the competition component of the project that we're looking to build, and if we feel like, is there some cannibalism of demand going on there?
Yes, sir. I'd be happy to answer that question. The project team, including the representatives from the Consumnes Community Services District and our stakeholders, have been aware of the Southgate Aquatics project. Just for folks to understand, the Southgate Parks and Recreation District is an independent special district, just like the Consumnes Community Services District, and it serves the Vineyard area and parts north. The project that is being contemplated, well, will be constructed soon, frankly, is their aquatics facility. If you look at the information that's provided in the Southgate Parks and Recreation District CIP, it is like a Wackford Center that serves the Elk Grove community. It is funded through impact fees and assessments that have been gathered from the Vineyard area. This facility will serve the residents of the Southgate Parks and Recreation District. It is not intended to serve the Elk Grove area where services are provided by the Consumnes CSD. We also need to be aware that we do have 9 high schools in the Elk Grove Unified School District. Even with the new Southgate pool and with our new aquatics center, there will still be a deficit in the number of pools needed to serve the youth in our community. We believe that there will be plenty of we will still need more capacity to serve the residents of our area. We also believe that this facility will the two facilities can coexist. We don't believe that it will adversely impact our projections. As to the bids, there's been a number of questions about the Southgate project receiving quite a number of bids, where we only received 3 that was whittled down to 1. We need to remember that we are working on a public-private partnership where we are trying to put together a private enterprise that will help to offset the operating deficit of the aquatic center. In the Southgate example, it is a straight-up construction project, a traditional project delivery process, and they will be covering any kind of operational deficit from their property tax revenue. So the approaches are completely different between the Southgate project and the city's project. I'd invite Becky to see if there's anything I needed okay, good.
The short answer is we knew about it. It was contemplated. It doesn't impact the demand on our project.
Thank you. I want to bring up something, and this kind of ties into why I was asking about the Southgate swimming facility. I'd like to see if there's council concurrence to bring back maybe a revisitation of some priorities. I feel like we have a lot of balls in the air right now with respect to some of the recreation opportunities that we've been looking at, and maybe that we could establish kind of a list of priorities with respect to that. And then also if we would want to take a look at the feasibility of selling off some of the northern acreage of the Civic Center site in order to maybe move the Aquatics Park component, or to even do away with the Aquatics Park component. And the more I've considered this item, I think that the annual subsidy is looking more and more palatable than drawing that kind of traffic into a residential area. So I don't know if that's something the council would want to delve into, but I feel like it's worthy of revisitation.
Anybody?
I don't have a problem listening to it.
I'm okay with it. I know that we kind of hashed it, either trying to look at other options for the aquatic center, and this was the only one that we could come up with where we had land and a funding source to build it. If we move it outside of the Laguna Ridge specific plan, we'd lose that funding source. So we wouldn't really have a feasible way of doing it because it's already forecasted to run in the red. So if we can't build it, it would make it out of the question. So I know we were looking at, the only reason we were looking at the water complex was for the subsidy issue. If we're not going to do one, we're going to have to, in my opinion, we'll have to scrap the whole thing.
But it's going to come back anyway, right? I mean, when phase one is done, there's going to be a report back to the council and a discussion of whether or not to move forward. So my preference would be to do it then, but if you feel strongly about bringing it back, then we can talk.
If that's the will of the council, I was just looking maybe to head off some expenditures at the front end if we're not serious about going forward with it in the long end.
Well, I mean, you wanted to bring back all the projects. So if you want to bring back everything and have that as part of what we're looking at that time, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Nope. All right, Vice Mayor Cooper. Oh, go ahead.